Right, bit of an update from last time. This is a bit of a shaky video again, I'm afraid, but I'll run through as far as we've got. I started to fit all the aluminium panels to the chassis. I only taped them in to start with to see what fits we've got. I've got a few issues which hopefully AK are going to sort out for me. One of the major ones is the inside panel here has to go back a little bit until it fills in against that edge, and as you can see it doesn't line up with the chassis, so we've got to look at that, and that's the same on the other side. And then if we look at the outside panel, you can see that follows the chassis precisely, so I'm guessing it's on the inside. Yeah, panels went in alright. Bit of fettling here and there to make them fit, but that's to be expected. So quite happy with all of that. And then side panels there and there all went in okay. Now the rear panel, or rear bulkhead panel, I'm going to modify myself. So I'm going to cut it a bit bigger as I've marked there, so that I can get it the alternator and the aircon pump, which I've now managed to fit. So I'll show you those brackets. Right, there we go. So I've made up a couple of red brackets, as you can see, to hang the alternator off of. And down the very bottom there, I've got a left and a right hand thread of screw adjuster to tension up the belt. That took quite a while to sort out. I've picked up on 1, 2, 3 points, which seems quite adequate. And then on the other side we have the aircon pump. Again, I've used the same principle. Got a 10mm aluminium plate there, which is picked up on 2 bolts and a big one going into the head, and then a left and right hand threaded bar to adjust it. And again, that seems okay. Got through quite a few different size belts to try and find the right one that would fit and then tension up. I don't know if I've covered this before, I've now got my water inlets, as I'm not using a cover plate there, so I've got to tee those together and take those down and pick up on the pipes coming through there. So to enable me to get to the alternator, if I ever have to take it in or out, and the aircon pump, I'm going to need a little bit more room. So that's the part I'm going to remove. So all that seemed to fit in okay. And then we move to the rear. Right, the rear. 2 of the panels came as one piece, which I've modified. Let's wait for it to focus up. This panel here, which was one piece, not that part there, so the cut was there. So let's pull back so you can see it. There we go. So that panel, I just couldn't get it in there. It wouldn't go up underneath the rear part of the chassis and over where the forward link comes. So what I did was, there's a tube running down there, so I've actually slit it down with the grinder, made it 2 pieces, slot one in from each side, and it's a good fit. So what I've got to do now is to make up an inch wide aluminium strip to run down there and pop rivet either side. Because it's a round tube behind here, I won't have any problems with interference with the rivets. So that was a change there. Did that on the other side as well, obviously, to make that a good fit. Then we come to the area which isn't too brilliant, and that's the panels that fit down into there. So we've got one there, and we've got one there. And the panels, I can't show them because I haven't fitted them, so I can't fit them at the moment. There's a flat panel that goes on the inside of there, so that's straightforward. But those, they just don't sort of line up, so I think when I've got the engine out, I'll be remaking those. The other area that I'm going to cover is the panels that come for this back end bit here, have a panel that goes from that point to that point, as you can see, and then covered on top to make it look like an aluminium monocoque chassis. Well, obviously it's not, and it's pretty obvious it's not. And again, those panels just seemed a pain and didn't really fit properly. So for simplicity, I'm going to make up a flat panel to go in there, which is dead straightforward, with an elongated hole to allow that movement. And then a simple straight panel on there as well. So that's going to, well, it's going to tidy it up an awful lot. And for another reason is it leaves this area here free, which I'm going to need to put my dry sump tank in, which I've made a mock-up, so I'll have a go at fitting that.